Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you guys can't already tell by the title, today I'm doing like a video for you guys of the brushes that I recommend you need to start off with, so like brushes for beginners. I'm really going to show you guys the basics that you need and then build up upon it of like some other brushes that would be cool to have if you want to get more into makeup. But if you're just starting out and you want some brushes, I'm definitely going to have a few that you only need a few and you can use them for everything. So let's just get right into the video. First thing that I recommend is technically not a brush, but like I do recommend this, is get a beauty blender or a Real Techniques beauty blender. I would recommend the Real Techniques one. It's more than half, it's like $5 online or something instead of a beauty blender being like $30, and it's so great. I've repurchased this like 3 times. It has a flat top on the flat part so you could put the foundation on, and then I use this type of side to put my baking on or just to pat in any of my concealers and highlighters. This one's pretty much like a staple. I think that if you literally were to not use anything or buy anything, I would use this because technically you can just use your fingers for everything and then pat it in with a beauty blender and just make it look more seamless. So this is an essential. For my girls that are really into like foundation brushes instead of beauty blenders, that's your thing, I would recommend getting kind of like a flat top brush. Those really work well for your foundation. I got this one off of Amazon, I think for like $3 if you just look up flat top foundation brush. I'm gonna link some down below. Like I'm gonna link down below this exact brush or a similar one that you guys can get, because obviously I know that makeup is expensive, and in Sephora they sell brushes for like $30 or $40 each, which honey, we are not gonna spend that because who has that type of money? Like no one. We're gonna buy the brushes that are good. Like this brush is hella good, and I have one from Real Techniques that was probably like 3 times price, so like $15 instead of like $3, and they work the exact same. So like just, you have to, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose on Amazon or stuff like that, but still try it out because usually they're really good because they all come from the same factory. The next brush that I would recommend is a blush brush. So this one's from Real Techniques, and it's just like the blush brush. It kind of is just more of a rounded top, and it's really light, and this is just to apply blush. I know that when you have powdered blushes, using your fingers, it's always an option obviously, but like I wouldn't recommend it because I don't know how like cakey and chalky that would look. This just kind of like lightly puts it onto your face, so definitely a blush brush. Wow, that's really hard to say, but I'd recommend that because that's something I use every single time I put makeup on. The next is for like contour and bronzing. I have a few different options for you guys. So first I usually use just kind of like an angle brush to contour. This one's from Rose Gal, which is also like a great website to order brushes off of. I'm gonna link also some bundles down below for that. They're literally some bundles like $10, and they give you like 10 sets, so there's obviously no point of not buying them, and I'll link the ones down below that I've actually bought so I know they're good, so you guys aren't like wasting your money. But I just have this one, and I just like sculpt out your face, and it's just like any type of small angled brush usually does a job for me. Then for bronzing I use more of a bigger like fluffy brush, and this one's from e.l.f. and it's called the complexion brush. e.l.f. is also a great one. I feel like I'm telling you guys all, but we're gonna do a recap at the end. But e.l.f. is also a great place to go for brushes. The most expensive one I bought was $12, which I'll talk about later, but the other ones are like $3 each, so they're always a steal, and they're all really good, and I've never had any like fallout from the bristles, so I definitely recommend this. Alright you guys, so if you just want to buy like a few brushes and you really want to cut it down, I definitely recommend this brush for you guys. It's the e.l.f. blush brush, which I don't really understand how this is a blush one. I just feel like it would pack it on too much, and it's not like this, it's more like this, but it works. So this is the e.l.f. blush brush, and I have like 3 of them because I used to use them for like everything. So I would use this for contouring, like kind of on the pointed end, and then bronzer, I kind of really lightly use like the longer side, like this side, and go, and then I would pat on some blush, and then with the kind of pointed end I would put on some highlighter. You've got all the brushes you need, and you can also pack on some powder on that and then just put on your face. Do you need anything else? And if you really want to push it, you could like really try to push it with this like brush. It's really big, but you could try to put some like bronzer in your eyelid to just the eye crease just to like give you some looks, but This is literally an all-around brush. Wow, I can't speak, but this was literally $3, so if you guys are really not wanting to spend money, recommend this one. Next I have 4 eyeshadow brushes that I definitely recommend. So I have 4. One of them comes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. Honestly, a lot of people never say that like the brushes from palettes work, but you can make them work. Like, how bad can they really be? If you're just starting out, you don't need to go buy like other brushes. So this one from the Anastasia palette, people don't love it for like the crease one, and it's not the best, but like it still works. And then their flat top brush on the other side really works. Like, this side is amazing, so I would definitely recommend just using anyone. Just try to make it work. Like, when you're just starting off with makeup and buying new brushes, what's the point? But then if you really want to go into like getting other brushes, honestly, I just recommend 3 because I don't use any other than 3. I have way too many of like that. Like, as you guys can see, these are all just like my eye brushes, but they're just all variations of like sizes and different like types of the exact same brush. So you have a bigger flat top brush like this, you've got your little fluffy crease brush, and then you've got your smaller flat top brush. Crease brushes are like essential because these are just like what you put in the crease, how you do an eyeshadow, you know what I'm saying. And then when you want to pack on the product, you can either use a bigger side or the lighter one, and then you can also drag the product under your eye. Honestly, this is all you need. I just have variations of them because when I'm doing more than like one color of an eye look, you're obviously going to want to have like a few clean ones on the go. Then my next brushes, there are 3 more that I kind of recommend, is a stippling brush. This one's from Real Techniques. I've been loving stippling. I think it gives like a really nice like look. It just makes everything like not be brushed away, because I feel like sometimes some products, when they're a bit too watery with the Beauty Blender when it's wet, they kind of just like go away if they're like maybe crappy kind of. But when you use a stippling brush, it really just goes onto your skin and doesn't like go away. You're not like brushing it away or like patting it away with water. This just really packs it in, and I love this brush. Then this is the e.l.f. blot brush. I honestly don't know what it's called, but it's online. You'd see it just like this big fluffy brush. This is what I do to apply my like loose powder, and I just love it, and then I just like wipe it away. I just love like a big brush to like put my powder on, so recommend that. Then my last one is this like fan brush that like sometimes I use, sometimes I don't. When I want more of like a natural but like nice highlight, I use like a fan brush, but when I don't, I actually use my blush brush by e.l.f. because it's more compact. But this one's by MUA Makeup Academy Professional. It's just called the Fan in 020, and it's just really nice. So it's honestly up to you and like what type of makeups you want, but those are the ones. So going back, I would recommend Rose Gal, e.l.f. or Real Techniques to try out brushes for. I know there's like ones from Morphe that are really good and stuff like that, but honestly, like, just check those ones out. I'm gonna link some down below. I'm gonna link some from Rose Gal, where you can literally get like 12 to 15 brushes, I think, in one set, where it's just like all eye brushes, or you can get face ones too, and it's literally just like $10 for all of them, so you are literally like paying for one brush. It's so great. And then also I'm going to link down below some Amazon ones and also some e.l.f. ones, because those ones are just so great. Real Techniques also online, I'm going to link, I'm just going to link a ton of them. Like, I'll like put which ones you guys will see in the description box below. I definitely recommend these ones. I know that sometimes it's confusing like what you should buy when you're new. As Caroline, I know you're watching this, she asked me to do this video, which I'm very happy you did. But yeah, so that's all I guess I can say about brushes. They really just like add more to a look and make a look more seamless and professional, so I would definitely recommend the ones that I'm going, because we're balling on a budget but we're still looking nice, because there's no point of paying expensive prices for something that could be just as good as the ones that are $1 billion, but you know? Alright. If you guys want to see any other videos, comment down below, like this video, and subscribe to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!